Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I got a review for you. The movie I'm going to be reviewing is SAL Progressive, Schezo of Deep Night. This movie dropped February 3rd, and because I'm a Sword Art Online fan, I had to see this movie. I missed the first one that played in theaters because it was also a limited time run, and I did not know that. So yeah, but the second one I was like, okay, I'm definitely seeing this movie in theaters because I missed seeing the first one in theaters, and I had to wait a year because it took that long to put it on Crunchyroll. It was so annoying, and I'm like, if I don't see this today, I'm gonna wait for like a year again, unless they get on their game and put it on the service earlier. So I was like, I'm not taking the risk of not seeing this movie in theaters. Plus, the movie is 10 times better on the big screen. And I am so happy I went when I did. It was the final day, which I saw it yesterday. In my country, like, there are still a few theaters having a few showings left, but for the most part, yesterday was the last day to see the movie where I live. And you can technically count today as the last, but most theaters have already stopped showing the movie. So technicality, today is the last day, but yesterday was also the last day. Okay, moving on from that though. I love the movie. I'm going to say this. SAL Progressive, or Sword Art Online Progressive, is what Sword Art Online should have been from the beginning. I will say this to the day I die. I will defend this series to the day I die. It is a good series. Yes, like earlier animes have had bad writing, but I still found a way to enjoy them. I get why people don't like the series or why they hate it, but I think it's a good series. I will always think it's a good series, and I will defend it to the day I die. Also, I am sorry if you hear squeaking. The chair I'm sitting on just makes a lot of noise. So if you do hear that in the video, I do apologize for that. I can't really fix that because it's a chair problem. But yeah, so I do apologize if you hear the squeaking. But SAL Progressive features the story of Aincrad. Like, you're going back to Aincrad, but it's written better than what the original anime was. And when I went in to see this movie, I had a big concern. I had a couple concerns. Because the first movie covers the first floor and like the beginning half of the first light novel. So when I heard they're making a second movie, I was excited. But the thing was, they were making a second movie that skips all the way to the 5th floor. And the whole point of Progressive is to not skip floors. I do understand why they did it. It's because the light novels aren't even done. But there are things in the light novel's plot. Like, there's a sub-arc that isn't finished, and they didn't want to put that in the movies because it isn't finished in the light novels. So I do see why they skipped to floor 5, but it's like, you do miss context from the beginning, the like 2nd, 3rd, and 4th floor. Like, when you actually watch the movie, you won't notice that it's gone, the context from those floors, and it doesn't hinder the movie at all. So you won't be confused going into this movie, which is one thing I liked and was my biggest concern. I was really thinking, because they're skipping floors 2 through 4, I was thinking like, oh, there's gonna be some serious confusion with the audience because there's a lot of information left out. Nope, that was not a problem with the movie at all. They somehow managed to tell a good story without having to go over prior floors knowledges, like the knowledge of what happened in prior floors. And I'm assuming because it's an adaptation, they are going to go back to those floors later on, whether it's a TV show or more movies. But it's definitely something, it was definitely one of my big concerns going into this film. And I was pleasantly surprised. Coming out of it, I was really happy. I couldn't stop smirking because it was a good movie. Voice acting top notch. They didn't give you the chance to watch it in sub. Like on the ticket it said Japanese with English subtitles, so I thought I was gonna be watching the movie in sub, but turns out the movie was in dub. I like both the dub and the sub for the series. Like, I think they're both very good in my opinion. I know a lot of people hate Kirito's voice actor, but I thought the dub was well done. Every scene was really lifted up by the amazing soundtrack, the characters, and the voice work. One thing I love about this movie, Asuna, we usually in the anime that came out in 2013, we only saw her strong side. We didn't see her vulnerable side and the things it took for her to become strong. But with the first and the second movie, it shows that side of her, and I love it so much. Like, it shows other sides to these characters besides what the one-dimensional anime TV show versions did. Kirito, yes, he's still cringe. He's still OP protagonist, but they show his side, like they show his caring side more. They show his vulnerability a little bit better, and I just like that. Like, it really fleshes out these characters. What these two movies have done is something remarkable that the anime can never accomplish. The lore, they go over the skills a little bit more and what you can do in Aincrad, which I dig because I'm a gamer. So when the characters are finding out more about the world of Aincrad and discovering more of what they can do, it's pretty entertaining. Asuna and Kirito's banter together back and forth was one of the highlights of the movies. Like, there was a little subplot where they're eating food and they're off looking for treasure. And Kirito is just explaining how it works and everything. And Asuna is like a little new because she doesn't play video games. So it's like, it's new to her. And when she does learn about this stuff, it's like a baby in a candy store. It was so refreshing to see that side of her and just be able to see these characters, like, not already knowing all the information, already being broken, and just going from floor to floor, killing mob bosses. I think with this movie in particular, it does a good job of balancing between the wholesome, like, overworld stuff, but the also epic battles that take place in this movie. The fight choreography is top notch. I don't like A21 or A Studios because they can do some good, they've done good anime before, but they've done a lot of bad anime too. Their as a studio, it's a hit or a miss. But with the SAO series, they've always made it look visually stunning. And with Progressive, they're doing really good work. Everything about this movie was a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, I can't really find any negative things. I might have to watch it more. But as of now, I couldn't really find anything I disliked. The pacing wasn't bad. And overall, it was just a nice experience. We also got some Argo in this movie, which was very nice. Also, if you hear my puppy in the background, I'm sorry. He's alone, like, on the other side of the gate, so he's crying. But yeah, overall, the movie was very nice, well structured. The choreography to fight scenes were beautiful and just really well done. Mito, the new character made specifically for the movies, has returned in the second film, and she didn't get as big of a presence as she did in the first one. But even though she didn't, whenever she was on screen, she still had a time to shine. And that's what I can say about all the characters. Any character that was on screen got their chance to shine. And I love that. Like, they're not dealing with a big cast of characters like the anime was. So they get time to focus on characters and let them breathe. Get their nice moments out, but get the action-packed moments out. Overall, I think you guys should definitely check out SAO Progressive or Sword Art Online Progressive Schezo. I don't know how to say it. Schezo of Deep Night. It isn't in theaters anymore, but when it does come to streaming services or Blu-ray, you should definitely check the movie out. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a 10 out of 10 movie, just like the first one. Although my rating was a little bit different from the first one, and then I recently rewatched it, and my rating has changed. But I love both the first and the second movie, and I highly recommend you watch them. You might not. If you don't like SAO, that's okay. And if you do, that's also okay. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I better get going because my dog's crying. So, yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.